Local 2 Weather Authority forecast.
Ryan's trying to shake my hand after I sneezed in it.
Why'd you bring that up?
We were just talking about it because I just sneezed. But it's been nice outside. It's getting a little chillier out there, though.
Oh, absolutely. I saw quite a cool down today, down into the 60s. That's actually average for this time of the year. I know a cool down is average for us because we've just been so hot lately. And you can see how, we sunk down into the 40s overnight, got a little chilly out there, but then, saw that increase later on in the day, but not what we've seen the last couple of days. But don't worry, if you are a fan of the 70-degree temperatures, they're going to come back at some point, just not today, because we saw 62 degrees. First time in a while we've been below average, 65 degrees, well off of record temperatures, and also below average for our low. We've had days where we've been, at that average during the day, but usually at night we really haven't been sinking below average. So tonight was the first time we saw that in some time, and could see that again tonight. Already down into the 50s, going to start to sink into those 40s soon, 47 in Big Spring, and then seeing those low 40s up in the northern portion of the basin, as well as some areas in southeastern New Mexico. Expect some 30s in those areas tonight, so just be on the lookout for that, and also be on the lookout for some fire advisories throughout much of just outside the viewing areas, the El Paso area, as well as Lee County and Carlsbad and Hobbs as well. But just keep in mind, just because it's not showing that throughout the central basin, keep in mind, don't do any burning tomorrow because it's still going to be very windy out there, and we're going to be seeing some more windy conditions throughout tonight. 30-mile-an-hour wind speeds out in the Guadalupe Mountains right now. Seeing some pretty windy conditions in Big Spring as well as Fort Stockton at 18 miles an hour. It's going to be windy tomorrow. As I said before, don't be doing any burning. We'll be seeing anywhere between 20 to 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts, especially overnight, seeing that there's winds picking up in the 20s just not too far from now. A couple hours from now, we're going to really start to see some windy conditions, and that's only going to continue. You can see all the multicolors that are coming this way. Well, that's only going to make its way into the central basin and throughout the entire area. So going to be very windy for the next couple of days. Expect a possible fire warning to be put into place throughout tomorrow and the next couple of days. And already seeing 31-mile-an-hour wind gusts right now in Fort Stockton, 36 out in the Guadalupe Mountains. And we had some winds today. Don't get me wrong. 54 out in the Guadalupe Mountains, 20 in Odessa, Midland, 22 in Big Spring, 31 in Fort Stockton, and 28 down in Alpine. We're also seeing 25 in Marfa. But one thing we're not seeing a lot of, clouds, because it's very clear throughout the entire Permian Basin, and we do have a cold front that's moving through. All it's really going to give us is some possible cloud coverage going into tomorrow, but we're getting some warmer temperatures to go along with this stationary front, as well as seeing some more winds, as we said before. Can't stop talking about that, and we already have some very dry conditions as well. You can see we're down into the teens out to the west, so that's why they have some fire chances out there. Very low humidity levels, as well as very windy conditions, and that's what we're going to look like later on this week, going into tomorrow. Little decent humidity right now, still pretty dry out there, only going to get drier as the sun comes up and the temperatures start to warm back up. And allergens are also sticking around too. High conditions right now for tree pollen, fortunately low for grasses, mold, and weeds. And Dawn showed that she's got a little pollen in her. She sneezed just before we came back from break. But this is all courtesy of Texan Allergy and Sinus Center. You go to texanallergy.com if you want to learn more. Now, as I said before, it's going to get very cold tonight throughout the northern basin. Already pretty chilly out there, but expect some 30s out there tonight. Then tomorrow back up into the 60s, a possible chance of seeing 70s. Tonight in the central basin, dropping down into the 40s throughout the Odessa Midland area, then back up into the 70s tomorrow. Could maybe see some 80s down in Grand Falls, highly unlikely though. And in the Trans-Pecos, expect some 30s tonight. Going to be a little chilly, might want to bundle up. Then tomorrow back up into the high 70s and some possible 80s there. And in the mountains, going to be very cold tonight as well, dropping down to the 30s. Presidio going to stay in the 40s, and then tomorrow back up into the 70s and some possible 80s right on the border in Presidio. And looking at our 7-day forecast, well, we got some warmer temperatures in store for the next couple of days. Back up into the 70s, back up to above average conditions. And we'll be seeing some cooling, though, later on in the week. You see Wednesday and Thursday dropping down to the 60s. But keep in mind, still pretty chilly overnight. We saw it last night. We're going to see it tonight. We're already starting to see some pretty cold conditions out there. So expect, well, another beautiful week out there. A little cloudy, though, for Oscar Sunday. But, hey, it's good Oscar weather, I guess.
Look at that
70-degree temperatures. Yeah, it is a big statue right there.
Do you think we'll have any here?
What, Oscars?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That would be wonderful. I'll be here tomorrow night. You won't be here.
No, but if you want to get on to my Facebook page, I'll be making my Oscar predictions tomorrow. It's like the most important thing that I do all year.
Can't miss that. Can't wait. All right, Ryan, thank you. Across Texas tonight, an 8-year-old